Hi, everyone, and happy Sunday, and welcome. Today, happy March. I'm actually a bit concerned that I haven't been here in March. So life has been a bit hectic, but here we are. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if this is the first time that we are meeting, I am Layla. I'm passionate about health awareness and helping home-based business owners take their business to the online platform. And I hope that every time you come here, you get tons of motivation, inspiration, and tips for you to go out, grow yourself, and grow your business as well. So today we're going to be having something completely different. We're going to be digging in a little bit of actually quite a reflection, because I was approached by someone quite recently, and the person said, "You know what, Leila, how do you keep everything perfect? How do you do everything? How do you actually get all of this done? I'm pretty sure it might be easy." And there was just too many things coming through. And as this person is talking to me, I'm looking at them and I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, if that's the impression that I'm giving people, that everything is perfect, everything is going well, then I'm definitely not doing a great job, right? Because it is not perfect. I wish I could say it was. And I really want to go deep. And you guys can actually see that there's been a little bit of lagging. There hasn't been consistency as there was before. And there's many factors, of course. There's new things coming through. There's new approaches, or there's new opportunities coming through. And there's been a little bit of trying to put everything together. So there's many things going behind the scenes. But what I actually want to say is that to first say it is not perfect. This entrepreneurship journey, it is hard. There's a lot of setbacks, there's a lot of obstacles, and to add on to it, there's also life that has to keep going. And if most of you guys don't actually know, I am a medical doctor by profession, and of course the time that we've been living in has actually shifted a lot of the ways we do things. And having a medical practitioner with a love for entrepreneurship, and I found my passion here doing internet stuff, which has been really really grateful, and I've been extremely happy with. But also trying to put them together. Sometimes, of course, with the time that we are in, can be a bit tricky. But to say that. And I really just wanted to come in here and say that it's definitely not perfect. There's been days and many days that I felt like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. And I don't even know why I keep going through this. And I'm pretty sure that this is a feeling that most of us feel, even when it is not with entrepreneurship. It might be with our lives in general, with our work, with the different projects that we have going on for ourselves. Most of the times we feel like, you know what, I really can't do this anymore. Why am I even going through this? Is it really necessary or not? And I want to just be here and say, you know what, guys, the one thing that keeps me going, and the one thing I've learned, and this is something that keeps reminding me all the time. And I had a moment last week that I was sitting and I'm like, why do I keep going? And what actually came back was that something that I usually say is that you have to take yourself out of the situation and put other people into the situation. Think about how many lives can be changed when your project actually goes through, when your project really does what it's supposed to do. And think about all those people that are actually waiting for you. I mean, there's so many people waiting for your story, for your journey, so that they can also they themselves can actually come out and start creating what they've been wanting to create. So the one thing that came back to me was that forget about all the. I mean, it needs to be more than creating $10,000 months. It needs to be more into, okay, there's this goal that is creating this amount of money, but beyond that, what is really going to happen? And if you close your eyes and you really start looking at the lives that are going to be changed when you decide to take that leap of faith and you decide to do what you have to do, then that is should be your motivation. So if you are in the health and fitness niche, and your motivation is really helping mothers feel more healthy, then it should be that you should be thinking about when people sit down and talk about how they did the program that you had, how did that make them feel? How did that make you feel? How did that change their lives? And when you really have that in your mind, it really changes the way you see things. So really, really important to do that. And that's something that I've been having to do more often, because as more things come through, you have to start thinking, okay, this is going to be a really great job or a really great opportunity, and this is not going to be a really great opportunity. And how can I now create more content that really speaks with people and that really interacts with people? And how can I create more value into other people's lives? So those are a few of the questions that I have to keep asking myself every day. And then I'm just going to now speak about 4 things that I've been thinking about as I go through this journey. And really, it is not perfect. There's so many things that happen in between, many nights that I actually don't sleep, having to be here, having to do other things. So it is not perfect, but it's important. And this is something that also was said to me recently, that it's important to realize that it's really going to be difficult to achieve perfection, but it's definitely important to have something done. And this was something that I was also struggling with. I was struggling, which I'm still struggling every single day, of course. It's being able to or getting back to now having micro commitments with myself. You know, when we say that we're going to be exercising for 30 minutes and then it actually doesn't happen. And because, as I said, life has been quite busy, this is the other thing I've learned, is that we have to be able to now have micro commitments with ourselves. And those micro commitments can start with, if you really want to do some exercise, it doesn't really have to be 30 minutes, but it can be 10 minutes, and you can work one part of your body at that specific time. You can jump the rope for 10 minutes, and that's your exercise. That's your micro commitment. Because the moment we stop, or the moment we keep breaking those micro commitments, we're not going to be able to fulfill with bigger commitments. And that is something that I'm also still struggling with, because with so many things to do, it gets a bit scratchy on trying to get to micro commitments and trying to get to the big commitments as well. So really be able to sit down and say, you know what, this week there's 3 things I really need to do, and commit yourself to be able to get there. Because remember, the power of a habit is about a loop. The more you do it, the more your body knows what it is really good, or how it feels when you do something that makes you feel good, and it becomes a habit. You learn to always keep your words, always do what you've actually been wanting to do. And even when it comes to your business, it also, when you say that you're going to call that prospect and you call, then your mind actually knows, you know what, this is a micro commitment, this is a commitment that I have, and I need to fall through so I can actually get to the place that I want to get. So let's go through 4 quick steps, or 4 quick things that happens in an entrepreneurship journey. And the first thing, and this is something that we have to work for every single day, is that we need to get to the right mindset, right? And this is where micro commitments actually get in. It's because the more we say yes to the commitments that we have, the more we can actually follow through them, then we're actually able to see more results and see more success. And the reason why we actually want to sit down and plan our week on a Sunday evening, it's because we want to look at our week previously and say, you know what, I was able to achieve this, or I was not able to achieve, and change some of the activities that you did in order for you to see bigger results, in order for you to be where you actually want to be. Because sometimes we sit and we're like, oh, it's difficult. It is difficult. I'm not taking that away from anyone. It is difficult. It is hard. Things don't work out the way we want to work. But having the right mindset that, you know what, I really just want to get to the next level, and my next step should be just calling another person. It really helps you get to where you actually want to get. So first things first is how can you actually continue increasing your or creating the correct mindset, meaning a positive mindset that is going to keep pushing you and it's going to help you actually continue to get to your results or to your goals. Really, really important. And this can be done in different ways. You can have a podcast that really helps you. You can have a book, but really put those into your daily habits so that you, every time for those 10 minutes, you're going to read that book. You're going to read that book for those 10 minutes. You're going to sit and just think about life. That's what you're going to do. Really make it into a habit and put it into your agenda so you can actually get it done. Second thing is that you really need to plan. And this still goes into why do people actually start creating their weeks on a Sunday evening? Why do they do that? It's because you want to know where do you have to be? What are the things that you have to do? And planning is so, so important because by the time you actually have everything written down, it is one step closer to actually being able to close that. I really like to write. And to put things in a bigger perspective because it just helps me think better and it helps me be the person that or do the things that I've actually been wanting to do. So I'm someone that really likes to write. So when it comes to having my thoughts in paper or having what am I planning next, I really need to have them written down. It just really helps me. I know that you have to find something that works for you and go out and find it. I mean, some people find it very easy to just write on their phone, on notes and things like that. I don't. It really takes a big part of me to actually do it. And for me, I need to write it down on paper. That's why I still have a lot of journals, a lot of small books that I write the different things that I have to do. It might look messy a little bit, but really find your way of planning and stick to it. Number 3 is that you have to start creating a contact list or people that you would want to connect with. And last week I actually spoke about how we can actually, instead of thinking that you have to be paid every time you go out, really think about creating a system or creating an ecosystem of people that you can always go back to and that you can start creating partnerships. So that's exactly what you want to do for your business, for yourself, and not just thinking again about the money that you can make, but thinking again of how many lives you can change and how you can actually help other people achieve what they want so you can also achieve what you want. So really, really important to be able to create a really great contact list and of people that you can help them, of people that can help you, and creating this niche of people that are always there for you as well. Number 4 that I really would like to for us to think about and making a priority is that we really need to keep our peace, being able to find yourself not so anxious about what's going to happen or so anxious about what people are saying on your social media. It's really, really important. Finding your peace and sitting down and being able to say, you know what, today I choose to do nothing. This is something that for entrepreneurs is so hard. And we have to remind ourselves that we have to be kind to our souls. Whatever is toxic to us, and we know that this makes us feel a bit uncomfortable, feel a bit on edge, we really need to find ways to either change the way we think about it or to not have it completely in our lives. And finding your support system with other entrepreneurs, with your family, with those that really love you and are really wanting to be there for you, it's extremely, extremely important. So whenever you actually, and this is the one thing that I also want to say here, is that as entrepreneurs, we definitely want to be consistent and we want to have frequency. And this is something I've been struggling with for the past few months. But the one thing I've also learned is that it's okay. It's okay not to always be consistent when that is actually going to be damaging your health and the way you think about yourself, the way you push or if it's going to make you push yourself even further when you're almost at the edge of, I'm really tired, I really can't do this. Really take that break and allow yourself to really keep your peace. And with everything going on in the times that we are living, it's really been more important, at least for me, to keep your peace. And I have a friend that always says that, you know what, I will pay for peace. And I think this is something that we should be doing as well, especially for us as entrepreneurs, being able to realize what really brings us peace, and also being able to realize that sometimes things will not go as we would have planned, but it's okay, because it's always a next day. There's always a next step. There's always something that we can do, and something that we can do again, right? And this is all I have for you guys today. I really wanted to be a little bit more personal and telling you the experience that it's actually been going on. And remember, guys, that I'm actually going on to a 90-day challenge. And the closer I get to the 90-day, which is the end of this month, I really get a bit uncomfortable, because there's so many things that haven't worked out yet. But the whole point of 90 days is for you to have a purpose, for you to keep yourself pushing yourself, so that you don't just sit and you're like, crap, it's been 90 days of 2021. What has actually happened? But if you really have goals for those 90 days, even if they don't happen in those 90 days, it means that there's some process going behind, and there's a way that you actually want to, or there's things that you're doing for you to actually be able to make this year a different year. So this is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on Tuesday this week. And thank you so much for being here. And I wish you guys a beautiful new week. And let's go out. Let's do it. Let's make pain our motivation. And let's change other people's lives as well. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Bye.